Welcome to the Deucecast Extra. We are, of course, here tonight to talk about the Falcon and the Winter Soldier season or series finale. We don't know. I don't know. There could be some more adventures of Sam and Bucky. I think there might be, but of course, we're talking about episode 6.
There will be, but
One World, One People is the name of our episode that we're going to discuss tonight. A divisive episode.
Yeah, which was surprising.
Yeah, I mean,
to me.
It's one of those things that
it didn't feel any less divisive than any of the other episodes in the season.
Right? No, it didn't. But for whatever reason, this one is sitting at 60%, I think, on Rotten Tomatoes.
Really?
It was the other day.
It was rotten. It was Friday night,
but it moved up to. I think it's up to 60 now, unless somebody else came in and gave it.
Wow, I didn't realize it was quite.
Yeah, it's not getting great reviews compared to the other episodes. It's not getting great reviews, but I thought it was pretty good. I mean, I thought it was an okay episode. There's certainly some things that I could have done without.
Yeah.
Or maybe not done without, but just maybe they shouldn't have waxed poetic so much on some of this stuff. It seems like a lot of the episode was filler.
When they didn't even wrap up some of the stuff as well as they could, and that's some of the criticism the episode's gotten. But
and then it
might be COVID though.
It could have been because of the pandemic. Yeah. I mean, who knows?
Let me just interject to say I really like this finale. Actually, there's some portions of it that I really, really enjoy. Yeah, and I think it's a better finale than WandaVision's finale, even though I like WandaVision as a show more.
Whoa. Hot fire. What just happened here?
I feel like this finale was less rushed than the WandaVision finale, though still it felt rushed.
Yeah, I mean,
WandaVision had some,
and of course, this show was supposed to have come out before WandaVision. I mean, and the pandemic really messed everything up. In fact, I mean, there was rumor that one of the plot lines in this show involved a vaccine, and they kind of they mentioned that vaccine a little bit, but didn't flesh it out much more.
Well, I think it's going to be biologic warfare, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think there was supposed to be.
They were going to be spreading a pandemic.
Right.
No, I'm not kidding.
No. I know. I agree. I mean, as far as the quick research I had done, this was supposed to be kind of a different show than it ended up being, which they went with it that way. But Yeah, I mean, I feel the same. I said from the beginning I kind of liked this series better than WandaVision. I think WandaVision was fine, and I think it was unique, and I think in the moment it was a good show. But I think this had more character development than WandaVision did.
Mikey, let me come at you with something.
Yeah,
you've rated WandaVision a 10 out of 10 on Letterboxd.
Of course I did.
You rated
Falcon
and Winter Soldier
there,
an 8 out of 10.
You mean a 5 out of 5? Do they do it?
Is that recency bias for Falcon or recency bias for WandaVision at the time?
I think recency bias for WandaVision at the time. Look, those reviews on Letterboxd. I mean, somebody came at me the other day that I had rated Iron Man too low, and I'm like, because I'm doing a MCU rewatch. I'm watching all the movies again, and I told this guy that I'm not changing my review. I'm sticking to it. I think I gave it like 3.5 or something, and he said it was 4.
I gave it a 4. So.
Yeah. So I mean, whatever. I don't really care. Letterboxd. I very rarely change my review on things. Like I have done it in the past, but it's a rarity. I don't like to spend the time to do all that.
Your opinion. I mean, it's whatever you feel about it. That's how you feel about it.
Yeah. I mean, I still think that I like this series a little bit better because it felt like, even though there weren't as many episodes, I think that it was benefited by the length of each episode being able to develop the characters a bit more. And I'm talking mostly about Sam and Bucky. I know all the ancillary characters we didn't really get too much time to develop, but all I really care about, in all honesty, is Sam and Bucky. Sharon.
Although I will say they made me care for Zemo a lot.
They did.
In Civil War, I didn't really, honestly, Zemo was kind of whatever.
I forgot about Zemo.
It was more about Captain America and Iron Man in Civil War. Zemo split them up, but I didn't care about Zemo. Now I love Zemo, and I want to see more of Zemo. And I think give me a show with Zemo soon.
Yes, that'd be cool.
And I think we will get to see that.
I still like WandaVision better than Captain America, Winter Soldier. I just like those characters traditionally from the Avengers, and the emotional highs and the relationship kind of carried me over the top with that. Now, that's not to say that I didn't like Falcon, now Captain America, and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
I did.
I like that. Sorry.
Yeah, that swipe when it changed at the end. That was so cool.
Yep.
So there was a lot of high moments on this, and this episode wasn't terrible. I mean, I thought the action at the beginning was great. Yes. There were some moments when the Flag Smashers were running, and and Batroc had shot off that. I mean, it's just chaos. I mean, it's just chaotic.
Yeah. That was.
So I think the first half of this episode was great.
Yeah.
I think when it started getting into the denouement, can I use that term on Deucecast Extra?
I have no idea what it means, but you can use it.
The denouement is where we get the
music.
Sort of. This is from the pretentious corner, of course. This is where we sort of have the afterglow of the resolution of the conflict.
Yeah.
So I like some parts. I love the Isaiah Bradley part where he took them, and that brought a little tear to my eyes. But I thought the speech to the senators was maybe just a little too long and a little too scoldy.
Just a little too long and a little too. This is just coincidentally being captured by TVs across the world.
Yeah.
I feel like from Sam's standpoint, he obviously felt more empathetic towards Carly and the Flag Smashers.
Sure,
I mean,
sure.
And so a lot of that emotion that was coming out of him during that speech was because he was not pro-government. I mean, he was basically, and I know, like you said, scolding the government in a way, but I mean, if you think about it, the GRC, which is kind of like the impetus of this whole show.
Yeah.
They're like the UN right now.
Yeah. They're almost like the UN.
I mean,
exactly.
Their whole deal was kicking people out of homes that they had been
refugee
in.
settlements.
So if a person moved to a different country during the snap, they were going to put them back into their countries. Where they were before the snap. Basically forcing these people into camps to migrate back over to their countries.
Right.
It's a really interesting concept that I don't think the show delved into enough.
And it really just probably didn't have enough time to really get too deep into it. But
because they had too many characters.
There was too much going on. And
yes,
that's fair.
It's a little overstuffed for 6.
But I like the idea of it because it harkens back to some of the conversation some of the political conversation that was in Civil War, about the Sokovia Accord and all of that type of thing. I mean, a lot of people complain about throwing that type of stuff into a superhero show, but I think that both Civil War and this did a really good job of at least not necessarily taking a lot of time to explain the ins and outs of everything, but you at least get why Carly is upset. She feels like she's being displaced, and all the people that rally around her. And there was a lot of people that rallied around her, which, we had problem with because why would you follow some teenager necessarily? But I mean,
Rhett, I agree with Rhett. I agree with Rhett in the comments. There's no way that measure would pass. In my opinion, I don't think it would garner nearly enough support really anywhere.
Yeah.
Right.
Maybe North Korea. I know. I don't know where it would garner support, but it's still an interesting concept that they didn't delve into at all. Really.
Yeah.
Well, let me say this about Carly. This was probably the episode that I really liked her the most because she was like fierce.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And she was like, when she was pounding him and saying, "Fight me," and I thought Erin Kellyman. I think.
Yeah.
I thought she did a great job on this episode because I felt like she's been too nice, and I didn't really feel she was menacing enough until this episode. You sort of felt it.
Well, it certainly amped up with her. I mean, right? And a lot of that has to do with when you talk about the super soldier serum, it affects people mentally. And they've tried to really hint at that, and even during this episode with Walker, if you watched a few times, he has like this twitch, like this nervous twitch when
he does a little head twitch
when he's like twitching back into good John Walker,
from
being like evil John Walker. So I mean, this really, Steve Rogers is the only person that has successfully just been a good dude after taking the serum.
Well, he was always a good guy, and I think
the
serum may be bringing out these other aspects of people that were maybe suppressed in a way. And
I mean, and
Steve, there wasn't there for him. He was uncorruptible in that aspect.
I do like that there was a partial redemption of John Walker when he made the right choice.
That was a Captain America moment.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, he was fought off, but the thing is, he didn't even fail in the moment. The bad guys stopped him.
They went and started punching on him.
And obviously they had the actual Captain America push up the truck, but John actually had a Captain America moment, and actually, again, another moment where you can empathize with his character because he's struggling with that serum, and he's making the right choice in the heat of battle right there.
Yep, which he hadn't done in the previous 2 episodes, really. I mean, once he took that serum, it really affected him in a negative way.
Serum?
What?
Serum? Serum?
Sorghum. Sorghum.
Yeah, I don't think, to Rhett's point, I don't think the U.S. government would have been that mad about killing of a flag smasher if it hadn't been like that many people witnessing it in the square and videotaping it.
Totally. Yeah.
It was such a brutal killing, too. It wasn't like...
Yeah.
I mean, my assumption is he beheaded him, but I don't know.
I don't know if he beheaded
I think he slammed it into his chest.
I don't think he beheaded him. That's a little much.
I mean, that's more Invincible. Sorry, I'm on the wrong show.
You've been watching too much Invincible, because that's not an MCU trait, really, to behead somebody.
That's not a Disney move, right?
Yeah, exactly. The other cool thing is, and I know we're jumping all over the episode, but I mean, Zemo pulling strings while in prison is awesome with his.
He just didn't want him in the raft with him.
Right. Yeah. With no, he just wants them all dead.
Yeah.
He doesn't care about them being he just wants anybody that was affected by a super soldier serum to be dead.
And so, as Rhett mentioned in another chat, hey, thanks for putting a statue up about Isaiah Bradley. Now Zemo will really know how to find him.
we don't know. We don't necessarily know even what all of that said about Isaiah Bradley, though.
It spoke in the present tense. I did notice that.
Oh,
so it definitely gave hints that Isaiah Bradley was alive.
Right.
Yeah.
Well. Yeah, which we heard that he does not want to be known as he's supposed to be dead. He's supposed to be disappeared. So yeah, I think it's not a big deal. Zemo won't look. If Sam tells Zemo not to touch him, he won't touch it. I think those guys respect each other enough now, because Zemo's going to be part of the Thunderbolts.
I think Zemo's going to turn in kind of an anti-hero for sure.
Yeah, I think that
not that he won't try to kill some of these super soldiers.
Yeah,
because he clearly ordered that hit through his butler.
His butler that is 120 years old. I mean, that dude's older than the Alfred guy that was in the original Batman. That dude was old.
He was like the Crypt Keeper or something.
He was the Crypt Keeper. Well, Michael Gow, is that his name?
Huh?
Wasn't it Michael Gow was the original?
Michael Gow. Yeah, Gow. Yeah. He's not the Crypt Keeper. I was talking about this guy.
Well, yeah, this guy was.
Yeah, Michael. I like Michael Gow.
Yeah, so, but he was old.
What do we think about the new suit? I like the Captain America suit.
Oh yeah,
I like it. I hope that when the future announced Captain America 4 that was announced after the episode comes out, starring Falcon as Captain America now, I hope that there is an upgrade, because I think there can be some improvements towards it. But I think it's a pretty good first suit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like the wings and
I think it looks good.
It's a little, some of the goggly stuff's a little goofy, but
it's not as good as the Scarlet Witch suit from WandaVision. But
no,
it's good.
That was awesome.
That's why I'm WandaVision right up here.
No,
yeah, no. It's still good though.
They're both good. They're both look to be the first Disney Plus shows that Marvel has done. They both are very good, even though
solid production value.
Even though there's a lot of critics that were disappointed in this particular episode, as Rotten Tomatoes can tell you. I think
Rhett can tell us.
I think Rhett doesn't like anything.
That's good.
That's no surprise there.
You should put that quote. You just put
what? Yeah, exactly.
It's like it leaves his cranium wide open.
I know.
Especially for a guy flying. That's a really good plan.
Yeah. I still think that we're going to get, because Torres still has the original wings.
Yes, he does.
So I still think we're going to get Torres as Falcon. I
would have really liked. That's one thing. When he was like tuning in and listening, I would have liked it if he had looked back at the wings just to kind of say,
or maybe he was working on the wings while he was.
Oh, I like where your head is.
Yeah. I think we're going to get Torres. I don't know when. I don't know.
He'll probably be like a minor role in some crossover movie. We'll see him there and be like, hey, there's that guy. There's Falcon.
That guy. Yeah.
He'll be at the end of Captain America 4.
Yeah.
And I think the same can be said for Eli Bradley. I think he's going to be doing something at some point.
Yeah,
in the comics he did. So, and we get some more Contessa in this episode, which is always welcome. I was kind of surprised by that because I thought she was one and done in episode 5. I didn't think we were going to get her anymore. So, and she's the way that they're portraying that character is kind of playful to be a villain. But I don't know.
Yeah, she seems a little too accessible or something. I don't know.
I don't think she's like a villain.
Yeah.
Huh? You don't think she's a villain?
I don't think they're going to set her up to be a villain. I think she'll be a not great person in the MCU, but she's clearly trying to get a team together to stop, problems, kind of like the Suicide Squad.
She'll be the Amanda Waller.
Yeah. But Amanda Waller's a little sadistic almost.
Yes, she
a little too serious.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, I mean, she seems. Now, do we think of anything that Walker's wife keeps showing up? Do you think she's going to be part of the Thunderbolts in some way? I mean, if you look her up,
supportive cheerleader.
Yeah, I mean, if you look her up, she is not in Marvel Comics at all. Like that character.
Yeah,
so just for the TV.
That is an interesting thing to have.
I think it's another
around a lot.
I think it's another step of humanizing John Walker and not just making him.
Well, that's true.
The evil U.S. agent.
He sounded so much like his dad when he was like Carly Morgenthau, like he was calling her out, and he comes walking in, that swagger.
Yeah,
I don't know. He had that
swagger.
Kurt Russell swagger.
Yep.
And dude, I'd love to see a Wyatt Russell, some kind of like escape from something. Escape from
San Francisco.
San Francisco,
different city.
This is Snake Plissken's son.
Yeah,
and Wyatt and Kurt.
Dude, I would love that.
I'm pitching it right now. Who's buying?
I'm in. I'll buy it right now. I'm in.
All right, I need about 200 million.
I would watch it 100%. Sharon Carter. What do we make of Sharon Carter?
Man. Well, we know who she is now.
Still don't like the power broker reveal. I mean, I thought it was obvious by the time we were getting towards the last episode.
Yeah.
I would like to know more about how she became it. I understand she feels betrayed by the country.
It's a little
but I don't know. There's just kind of a deep descent there for her character. But obviously they're setting her up for more, so we will probably see more of her. Oh
yeah, and whoever that is on the other end of the phone is a big deal. And is going to be a big deal. They love to do that in these Disney Plus shows. They talk to somebody on the end of the other end of the phone. You're either talking to an astrophysicist or whoever she's talking to. I wonder if still she could just be the second fiddle to the actual power broker. They could play that angle too.
No, because she straight up got called the power broker.
Yeah, I mean,
Morgan said, "You're the power broker."
There's obviously somebody that she's reporting to. I mean,
I think that person she called could have just been the driver from the 3rd episode, who's just like an assistant or something. Because she was just saying get buyers in line essentially, because I'm going to have a lot more resources.
Yeah, she's just like, I'm going to get all the U.S. secrets. I'm going to sell some tech.
So
I'm going to break into.
What do you think about the scroll theory?
Her being a scroll?
Yeah,
I'd like it better than that actually being her.
Now that would be awesome.
Well, yeah, I mean that's all.
Then where did she go? That's kind of
the whole premise. And that would let her be another character.
Yeah,
but I don't want that to be done for every time they make a mistake of writing a character stupidly.
Oh, it's just a scroll.
Yeah, but unless they're not writing a character stupidly, and
we planned this the whole time.
Yeah, she could have been a scroll the whole time.
That's why she put on the
Jacob's
mask.
Right. I don't.
She put on the Black Widow mask from Infinity War and didn't just change into another person.
Well, that was just all for show. That's all. For
underneath
show.
is the scroll.
Yeah.
Because scrolls want backwards tech.
I'm with Roth. I'd very much like her to be a scroll. It would work. It would work better, and we would get more Sharon Carter. We'd get that actress back, which I like that actress a lot. So,
because I'm sure these other outer space sentient beings want American secret weapons tech, right?
Well, it's more than that, though. I mean, she's basically been reinstated into her position that
she's got access to
Agent 13.
So that's pretty like deep into the government at this point. Then, I mean, if she's still going to be,
I said it was from Winter Soldier because she uses it in the scene with
Winter Soldier.
This is just Rat wanting to do his standard.
Samuel
you guys
Jackson's,
even MCU, bro.
It's the guy who's taken over S.H.I.E.L.D. She infiltrates that room.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Robert Redford.
Are you talking about John Voight in Mission Impossible?
No.
With the masks?
No, but it's a similar concept.
It is a similar concept, yeah. I don't know. I think as a scroll, you would want to be deep into the government like that. I mean, that's kind of like I think it's a bigger deal than we're making. It's a bigger deal than we're making it out to be. I mean, they want to infiltrate the government. I mean, that's kind of that way they could, at least rule a superpower somehow.
The interesting thing is the show set up a lot. Zemo's in the Raft, which is owned by Thunderbolt, obviously. Thunderbolt Ross. We've got Sharon being a bad guy in the future, probably towards, I'm going to say, Captain America, Sam, and Bucky.
He could be a double or triple agent.
While we've been thinking that, obviously, this is open-ended enough to do a second season of the show, with the announcement of a Captain America 4, does this not carry over to Captain America 4, or do they do both?
Yeah.
I think it'll carry over.
Well, I mean, gosh, they've got a long time. I mean, there's a lot of movies that they've announced to come out before Captain America 4.
Oh,
so they could squeeze in another season of this.
It's going to be 2024 before then.
Yeah. I've got to figure out a way to live forever. And the rate I'm going, it's not going to work out well for me. But oh, come on, Rhett. Look at Rhett. He's so anti everything. Just anti everything.
It was announced by the Hollywood Reporter. Come on.
I mean,
the script is being penned right now.
So miserable.
Mike Zero said it's going to happen.
Well, hey.
No, the same writers that did this show are writing it. I mean,
the writers for this show were tapped to write the movie.
It's happening.
I mean, it's happening. It's definitely happening. Look, I would have never thought that Eternals would actually ever come out, and it's coming out. So now
when will we see a trailer for it? But I guess soon, maybe, because they can put the tagline from the Academy Award-winning director,
Academy Award winner,
Best Picture winner, Chloe Zhao.
Chloe Zhao comes Eternals, which I don't know. Oh, here he goes. I
love We Got This Covered. It's such a great website. They just put out crap every day.
They're the National Enquirer of the internet. I mean,
they literally. I first off, I pay for a couple things, so like news sites, and so I know exactly where they steal some of their scoops from.
Oh,
you are
and
the
they're
US
definitely
agent.
Subscribed to the same stuff. But yeah, and then they just make up stuff on top of it. It's great.
That's awesome. I like a little behind the scenes who they get their scoops from.
I mean, would there be a scenario though where they'd say we'll make more if we do a series versus the movie? I mean,
sorry, what did you say?
I know you guys aren't listening.
No, I am. Go ahead.
Did you win an Oscar contest, Michael? Because I'm pretty sure
I did, but
I'm pretty sure I beat you last night.
Only because you didn't enter the same Oscar contest that I entered.
Good day for a movie Oscar contest. Now, Mikey and I tied in Oscar noms, so if I had entered,
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Anyway,
Oh, that's Roth's podcast?
That's Roth's
Yes.
podcast, exactly.
Oh.
You should have entered, Earl, then you would have beat me.
Oh, man. Well, I'm glad to know he has a podcast. But anyway, back to the...
What were you saying?
I'm sorry,
Earl?
Jacob. I want to listen to your podcast.
You were talking about the show or the movie?
Oh, no, I was just trying to figure out, because if this is so successful, will they just say our movie's going to be as more successful, or will a long-form series where we have more time to unpack a story be the better, like a season 2?
They're going to have to.
I think they're always going to want to do the big movie because it's going to draw in more money.
Yeah,
and it could be a bigger hit.
This type of stuff, China doesn't care about these Disney Plus shows.
No,
if they want China money, they need to release big blockbuster movies.
Speaking of Eternals, we'll see if they even care about that, because right now they're suppressing the news that Chloe Zhao even won over there.
Oh yeah, they do not like Chloe Zhao. They do not, they don't like her at all for whatever reason.
She spoke bad about them a few times, and that will put you on a blacklist. So
so
directed by generic director. No, they won't even have
generic director.
Yeah, they won't put
generic American director.
Those flashes, those slides in the Chinese trailer.
That's awesome. No, but Eternals doesn't seem like something that would play well in China anyway. I don't know.
We'll see.
Some of that stuff China's interesting about.
I really don't know what Eternals is supposed to be about.
Oh God, Red.
Eternal beings in the MCU.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
it's gonna be interesting. They already had.
Angelina Jolie.
Yeah.
She's and then 2 people from
Richard
Game of
Madden and Kit Harington are both.
Kit Harington, yeah.
Madden plays an Eternal.
Oh, that's right.
Madden plays an Eternal. Kit Harington plays Black Knight.
See, I don't know anything about the Internals.
I don't either.
I just don't know anything about that series. And Kumail's in it.
I wouldn't even read the comics because I'm sure it's going to be totally different.
Oh, yeah.
I've read a lot of the old Jack Kirby comics, and they're a snooze fest.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they'll do something different. And I think the guy from Atlanta's in it, who I can't ever remember his name.
Oh, is it? Is Brian Tyree Henry in Atlanta?
Yeah, he's in it. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right.
That's how I felt about reading the Jack Kirby comics. I hate to diss on Jack Kirby, but
wow, this is getting we're trying to get subscribers.
This is also late in his career, Jack Kirby. So
well, that's true.
He was up there when he was writing Eternals.
Just like late in his career, Steve Ditko was not that great, but
yeah, exactly. So let's get back to the episode. I mean, that like you had mentioned. I
love the fight with Batroc the Leaper.
Yeah, all the action in this episode. They spent a lot of money on really good action sequences, some good stunt work. Like pretty much everybody involved. I love this. I mean, all of that aspect. It's like they saved the best action for last.
Because, the fights were awesome.
Yeah, all the fights were really great. Some of the stuff that you got to see Captain America use his wings for was really cool.
Yeah,
I liked all of that.
Yes.
There was a lot of consideration within the fights too. We talked about the Captain America moments. Captain America has to not. He knows he can't beat up Batroc.
Yeah.
So he kind of pushes him away and then jumps out the window to go save this helicopter because he knows he has to save those people because Bucky's on the ground. Mm-hmm. Walker's not going to be able to help with that. He's the only one with the wings. Obviously, Bucky makes a funny comment about that. We see him have to make that Captain America choice right there because he knows he can't capture him at that moment. We see Walker have to make the Captain America moment of not going after Carly and grabbing the truck.
Yeah.
And getting beaten down. I don't really remember Bucky having a moment like that necessarily, but we did see him have to struggle with. We saw him having to tell the Asian guy at the end of the episode what he did to his son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do feel the Winter Soldier got a little bit sort of short shrift of this episode. Yeah. But I mean, you had this sort of Sam Wilson becoming the captain.
Yeah, they needed to focus on that. I mean, and then
the really weird thing is, it felt like the Falcon took the back seat. Mackey's character kind of took the back seat throughout the show until this episode.
Yeah,
that's a good thought. For at least for the first couple episodes, you just felt like he was trailing behind Bucky. So much.
Yeah.
And then this episode, he shows up in the costume, and you're like, yeah.
You're like, go! Yes, this is what we've been waiting for.
It's the kind of moment you want to be in the theater for.
Did he have 2 Red wings?
Well, he had the main Red Wing and then the 2 little ones, like to catch that. Yeah. He had so he had definitely an upgrade of the Red Wing capabilities. I liked that scene only because I also really liked that also because we get to see Walker make a good decision. That's kind of like the first time he made that decision. And he did the little twitch thing, like he twitched it, like I don't know. That's an
he does that little really quick head twitch.
Yeah, it's like a tick.
Or he does
Yeah, I enjoyed the heck out of that. Just basically showing that he's struggling through the super soldier stuff. I mean, trying to do what's right. It's a little bit more difficult for him than like a Steve Rogers.
The show was, to Rhett's point, the show was all Sam, on his personal life, for sure. But I didn't feel like we got enough Captain America Sam.
Don't give Rhett the time of day, man. Your mistake. You need to don't give him the time of day.
Hey, what about the part when Batroc the Leaper threw a cafeteria chair and knocked the vibranium shield out of the sky? But then a helicopter bounces off the vibranium shield. Wait a minute, which is it? Is it the strongest metal?
Yeah. As I think Spider-Man mentions in Captain America Civil War, the shield defies all laws of physics. So it really just does whatever they want it to do.
That's right.
It's a convenient shield. It's a convenient.
I'm going to use a cafeteria chair against them or whatever that was. The conference
well,
chair.
He did. Look, he kicked it at a pretty strong velocity.
It's Batroc the Leaper.
Exactly. Batroc, he did physics in his head. He said, I'm going to kick it at this angle, at this speed.
and obviously, if you hit it at the right angle, it's just going to.
Yeah.
There's only so much a shield could do.
I like that he's still around. I mean, he's not dead.
So
we're going to get to see Georges St. Pierre.
There's some people I know that are assuming he's dead, but I hope he isn't. He got shot.
What scene did
he got shot? But
point blank.
He's fine.
But he will probably be fine.
Yeah,
it's just a bullet.
Look, if Sharon can survive a gut shot and just get left by Sam, that's the one thing that I had a.
Hey, thanks for saving me, Sharon. But I'm going to help this.
I was watching it with my friends in Atlanta when we pulled up for the wedding.
Yeah.
And when he's flying Carly down to that thing, my best friend next to me turns to me. He's like, so he takes the completely dead girl to the hospital cart, but Sharon, who's shot and alive.
Yeah, I mean,
the one who saved his life, basically.
And then you cut to later, Sharon is refusing to help, but he could have he could have tried.
And they could have just done like a split-second scene of her saying, "I'm fine, go do what you need to do."
Exactly.
That's all that would have taken. That's like a perfect movie trope. I know I'm gut shot, but I'm fine. Just go. I mean, and they didn't even give us that. I'm like, man, no wonder she's so bitter against Sam right now because he doesn't give a rip about her. I mean, I felt like Sam did get a bit too attached to Carly. I mean, that could end up being a weakness if he gets too attached to. I don't know. I didn't really understand that. I mean, because she had killed a bunch of people. I mean, she wasn't clean. She had done some.
She was going to kill him, right? But although she had the bullets in her hand, right?
What now?
So she had the gun pointed at him.
Yeah.
Sharon wakes up, thinks she's about to shoot Sam.
Yeah.
His shield's away, so Sharon just blows bap, 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 bap.
Yeah.
But then, didn't she have the bullets in her hand or something? Like she wasn't really going to shoot him. Did you see that? Like I just watched it earlier and I said, what was in her hand just now? And
I don't recall that.
But I haven't seen it since Friday night, so.
Yeah.
Well, go back and watch because I could have sworn that she had bullets in her hand, like she was not gonna really shoot Sam. I don't know.
Okay.
Huh. No, I thought she had the full intention of shooting Sam. I don't know.
She's pretty fired up.
The Carly scene, the Carly fighting Sam scene, was very reminiscent of the Winter Soldier scene at the end with Bucky completely just pounding Steve into the ground and Steve not fighting back at all. That was
that's
I
right.
felt like that was supposed to be kind of a parallel there with
There's
Sam
a lot of
not fighting
parallels. That's
back.
good.
And
I won't
obviously
fight you.
Carly gets killed in this instance, unlike Bucky, who has a redemption. But yeah.
What about Sharon throwing that acid on that dude? The mercury.
Yeah, that was geez.
That was when you were kind of like, wait a minute, Sharon, what the heck?
Melting.
She was like mercury and some other stuff.
Yeah.
That's basically what her line was. And I'm
thought it was about to be Raiders of the Lost Ark with his face just coming down.
That was brutal. And yeah, she's I like if it's a scroll or whatever, I'm into it. I want I'm liking Sharon.
I want her to mercury bomb me.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait a minute. What's happening? What are we talking about?
I don't know. I think we've lost the plot a little bit.
No, we have. The only other thing we had was Ross obviously the with
scroll
with Bucky going back and having the conversation.
Yeah, we see that he's cleaned out his entire notebook. So obviously off screen he's set a lot of these people up.
Yeah, and he sends the note to the doctor and basically says, I've cleared my list. So
yeah, that was a great scene.
Thought that was cool. I mean, it's good to tie a bow onto that whole thing with the list and everything because we really hadn't talked about that list much. The last time we had mention of it was Zemo saying he crossed himself off.
Yep,
which that was a cool moment.
Last episode, I think.
Yeah, that was a great moment. Zemo will be back. I think that Daniel Bruhl,
even if they didn't have plans for him to be back, there's been so much outpoured love, support. The Marvel Studio will get him in something
easily. Yeah, he'll be back. I think he'll probably be part of the Thunderbolts. I mean,
yeah, I think so too.
That's kind of what they do in the comics at some point with Zemo.
He's the leader of the Thunderbolts, pretty much.
Yeah. So, I guess they're going to make Contessa the leader, and then
let me reiterate. There may be someone above him, but he's like the leader of the group. Yeah.
I don't know if U.S. Agent's gonna stand for that. I don't know.
That would be a fun dynamic to watch.
I liked his new outfit or his new uniform, the black.
It's and I love the gun on it. That's cool.
Yeah.
It's the same, but it's black.
It's the same, but it's black. It looked cool though. I mean, I liked that.
Well, it's funny because it's exactly the opposite of what I thought at the beginning of the show. When I saw his suit for the first time, I was like, "That looks like the U.S. Agent suit, but it's blue."
Yeah.
And now you're like, he is the U.S. Agent. So.
Yep. Yeah, he is now.
I liked all of that. I think that. Is those group? No,
that's Thunderbirds.
Thunderbirds. So, do we think that William Hurt's character is going to?
I need some Thunderbolt Ross if we're going to have Thunderbirds.
Yeah.
Thunderbolts. What is it? Gosh.
We'll see. I mean, I don't know. We'll see if he's involved in any way,
or just do it all marionette.
I think we'll get some more hints with Black Widow this summer. Obviously they said Contessa was supposed to premiere in that movie in Variety.
Mm-hmm.
So, whatever's going on with all that, I guess she may be contacting Yelena at the end of the movie because obviously our Black Widow is dead and Yelena is probably going to take her mantle. And
we know Yelena's supposed to be in Hawkeye. So we're going to get to see her again whenever that series. Well, is that series coming out before the end of the year? I think it is.
Here's the thing. There's two shows. There are two shows that are premiering late 2021, Miss Marvel and Hawkeye. They've shot around the same time.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling one or both of those shows might delay to early 2022. So
let's hope Miss Marvel delays till forever. But
I didn't say that.
Wait, Miss Marvel or She-Hulk?
Well, She-Hulk's 2022.
Oh, okay.
I think
so. Miss Marvel's before She-Hulk.
I can't wait for Florence Pugh either.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to finally character,
Roth.
Finally getting to be introduced.
I enjoy watching Florence Pugh on the screen.
That particular movie has been in the can for a really long time.
Yes.
So it'll be good to finally. I mean, everybody's aged like 2 years since they filmed that movie.
I absolutely imagine they probably haven't touched it in months.
That's right, Roth. Amen.
It was MS.
It is. Yeah, it's
It
just
is.
MS. It's not. Yeah, it's not.
Wait, I thought it was a little kid though, isn't it? Isn't it like a teenager
It's
with like big hands or
Kamala,
something? I don't know.
Kamala Khan.
Yeah.
Kamala Khan. Nah, what? Yeah. Wow. No, don't post that, dude. No. Oh my gosh. Please don't post
Don't post that. Earl's freaking out.
We just lost all our Middle Eastern viewers.
Oh my god. Whew. Well, this is the last episode of the Deucecast Extra ever. So
The last censored for inappropriate content.
Yeah, for inappropriate. We've just been censored for inappropriate. Oh my gosh. Well, any final thoughts on the season as a whole?
I thought it was good. I rated it. Don't choke, Mikey.
That was pretty good. I thought it was good.
Yeah, I rated it on Letterboxd. You can see where I placed it in the Marvel Studios canon. It is not very high.
Uh-oh.
But WandaVision is only like 15th. Look, there's like 25 things now.
Yeah.
Some things have to be lower, and I still have it with a good rating. It is a 3.5 out of 5, but I don't love it as much as I love some of the other stuff in the MCU.
That's fair. That's fair.
What about you, Dr.
I rate it better than Inhumans. No, I'm just kidding.
Easily
better than Inhumans. No, I enjoyed the show. I think there was some. I think they could have probably, maybe if they had let it breathe a little bit with maybe one extra episode. I did feel like it got really overstuffed, and there was a lot of different aspects
they were trying to tackle a lot.
You know, sometimes these series that try to set up other shows,
right,
other storylines.
That's going to be every single MCU show.
Well, I guess so. It's a big heft. It's a big lift. But I mean, I enjoyed the chemistry between, Bucky and Sam, and I enjoyed the Isaiah Bradley parts. I thought some of the poignancy, talking about the history, was good. Yeah. And then the sort of the redemption and payoff, and then Sam's ultimate goal of saying, I still like this line he said. This is probably my favorite line in the whole show, was when he said, we built this country. We, why would we not fight? Why, I'm going to fight. I know I'm butchering this.
No, you're on the right track though. But
I love that line, because that was just him saying, I'm not going to sit on the sidelines because they did me wrong. I'm going to fight for it anyway.
Yeah.
Because of what's happened to our people. So I think that was great. I think the action was good for the most part. I think there's some wonkiness and I didn't love the Sharon Carter being the power broker thing. I could have done without that.
Unless they explain that later on. That's
the thing. I'm willing to. I'll go along for the ride.
They can build on the show and make it better in hindsight, for sure.
And if they have, and they could even do that if they decide to have a season 2. I mean, and this one, I think more than WandaVision sets up for a potential season 2. If you have
WandaVision is very much limited series.
Yeah, if you have Sam and Bucky, maybe having to deal with Sharon. I mean, and whatever.
I think it'd be great.
Yeah, so I mean, there could be a potential season 2. I mean, I don't want all of these shows to come out and just be one season. No. I think that we need some. Like Loki's going to have a season 2.
Yep,
they've already announced that
season 2, and I think season 3 is possibly going to happen as well.
Wow, of Loki.
Unless you're a rat and you say, "Oh, season 2 won't happen." I mean, that's
No, I mean that's confirmed to happen.
So is Captain America 4.
Yeah,
that's confirmed.
Well, to be fair to Rhett, there was a movie on the slate at one point. Well, this is also a completely different situation that I really don't want to get into, but there was a movie on the slate at one point called Inhumans.
Yeah.
So
that's true. No, you're right. No, things can come off. I mean, they put the Inhumans season premiere on IMAX. Like you could have gone to see that. That would have been a horrible experience. I'm glad I didn't do that because that show was hot garbage.
You talking about Inhumans?
Yeah, Inhumans.
That was mostly when Marvel was doing their storyboard group or their story group, and Perlmutter or whatever wanted Inhumans on there, and I think Feige didn't really want them on there. When he was removed from the story group and Feige had more control, he knocked that movie off the board. So
awesome. All right, well we've done 2 seasons or 2 series in the MCU. We're going to be moving on to actually do the Bad Batch, which hopefully Rhett will not participate in whatsoever because he doesn't like anything animated. But we just didn't want to wait until Loki comes out, so we decided we're going to go ahead and do the Bad Batch. That starts May the 4th with a 70-minute premiere on May the 4th.
Whoa.
And then another episode on May the 7th, that Friday.
So we will 2 episodes?
Yeah, we're going to do 2 episodes.
My goodness.
That
what
first
in the world?
Monday. Oh, yeah. We're doing it all. I won't watch, but he'll be here. I like that, Rhett. I appreciate that.
When is May the 4th? Let's see.
It's a Wednesday, I think.
Rhett, we'll tell you about all the things that they contradict in the Star Wars canon. There you go. Drive you crazy.
No, wait. It's a Tuesday. May the 4th is a Tuesday, I think.
Yeah, it's a Tuesday.
And then
because the 7th is a Friday.
The 3rd is a Monday.
7th is a Friday. Sure. So
the 3rd is the start of finals week, so I know that that's a Monday.
Oh, great. So are you going to be able to participate in that first week?
Yeah, I'll be fine.
Okay. Good deal. I like your priorities are in the right place, Ryfin. So yeah, we'll have a lot of good Star Wars to talk about. So yeah, because we've already done 2 seasons of Mandalorian on this, so we might as well keep it going with Star Wars and MCU. But we're not, and then Yellowstone, whenever that comes back, we'll be doing that too. But that's going to be a long,
whatever.
That's going to be a long time for Yellowstone, and Roth's going to join us for that.
This summer, is it?
Yeah, well, maybe season 4 would be this summer if they do the traditional route, but I don't know that they have even started filming. Well, maybe they have. I don't know.
COVID shut it down.
Yeah, COVID shut it down.
It's all outside.
So anyway,
they don't need to.
Appreciate everybody joining us in the live chat. It was fun as always. Please, to help the channel, we're trying to grow slowly but surely. We've sort of been stagnant at 37 subscribers. So the big thing is share the episode, if and get us some more subscribers. We love it. If we could get to 100. 100's like the big goal with YouTube, the first step, and you can get an actual YouTube address. So Ryfin, where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter at SUPASH3 and on Letterboxd at GRyfin. And that's pretty much it.
Dr. Earl.
I'm on Discord, but not really.
Yeah.
Sometimes. I'm like Sharon Carter. I'm deep under cover.
Well, if you want to send me money, Rhett, you can do that on PayPal. My email address is garrisonryfin@gmail.com. So,
man. Oh man, come on, Rhett.
Like, subscribe, mash the bell.
Yeah, like, subscribe, mash the bell. It's all of it. No, we're gonna keep doing it. I don't care if we only have 37. We're gonna keep doing it because we have fun doing it. So, we will be back. We're gonna take a 1-week break. There is supposedly going to be that making of episode of Falcon. Yeah, assembled. So Falcon and Winter Soldier assembled will be Friday, and that was cool. I liked the WandaVision one, so hopefully this one is good as well. And then we will be back the following Monday to talk about the Bad Batch. So thanks again for watching, and we will catch you in a couple weeks.